Hello YouTube, it's Lane here with Hobbies and Man once again, and today we're going to be doing another chapter review for Kaiju number 8. Today we're going to be looking at chapter 39. Now, there hasn't been too much in terms of news, at least I haven't seen much. The only thing I can think of is that cover 5 for the English release has been revealed. It comes out sometime in January, and I mean, it's good that we see that, but we already know what the Japanese one looks like. I don't really see the point of Viz releasing their cover reveals for standard volumes of series that people follow already. I don't know, maybe it helps them. I doubt it, but it is what it is. It's the pink version of Narumi, I think is the character on the cover. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it is that fifth, very nice salmon pink cover. And the English release is actually chugging along pretty well. Volume 4 comes out here soon in October, I think. So that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, let's skip the recap this time because honestly I don't have the necessary notes right now. So let's just jump into the new chapter. So it starts right at the calm before the storm, so to speak. And it's been 3 months since the 17 unsolved cases of kaiju have occurred. So I think last time we only got to see 7. So there were 10 other ones, and I'm really curious about that number because 7 made sense to me. I can't remember exactly. There was a theory that I had, but I thought it was 7, and then it turns out that it's 17. It's kind of crazy. We get to see a news report happening, and then we get to see this little girl that says that, "Don't worry, mommy, everything's going to be okay because Mr. Kaiju Man, aka Kafka, is going to take care of them again." So it seems like Kafka has a little secret admirer, and it's great because this calls back to the first chapter when the little girl was saved by Kafka. So I love that. I think that's really, really great. Then we transition over to the Japanese Defense Force facilities, where apparently someone thinks there's an earthquake happening, but it's actually Narumi and Shinomiya battling it out in the power suit practice room. So apparently they're going really, really crazy. We get to see that the number on that room is 017. Again, that 17 number, I don't know why it's relevant, but it has been used twice in the same chapter in the first 3 pages. So maybe there is some relevance to that number and I'm just not catching it. I'm not too sure. I guess 9 and 8 is 17, and that's where that number comes from. I'm not too sure. I don't think there really is any reason why that number is important. It's just kind of odd to notice it, right? So yeah, apparently there's a lot of training going on. The last 3 months have been used to help develop joint training exercises, and they're doing it in some place called Dai Ni Daiba. I don't know where that is, but it seems to be some sort of place off the island of Japan, and they're having these shooting practices, and we get to see a bunch of the JDF trying to fire consecutively in a way that is helpful to them to create the best fire barrage with minimal losses in terms of like accuracy and stuff like that. So yeah, then we transition again to Kafka, who is again training with Shinomiya, and he finally makes Shinomiya move when he, or sorry, not Shinomiya, with Hoshina, sorry. He's training with Hoshina, and he finally makes Hoshina shuffle back when he hits him, and so Kafka is very happy and excited, but Hoshina definitely turns that off right there. He really cuts him off before he gets a full steam of head and manages to attack Kafka quite strongly in order to prove a point. Kafka is a little bit upset, but you know, it's all in good fun. It's all right. It's just mostly a funny situation to kind of show us where Kafka is and how far he has to still go. So yeah, eventually Kafka is eating lunch. He's on the rooftop and he's kind of lonely. And it turns out that he accidentally crosses paths with Mina, his childhood friend. And about the time that he's about to leave, she actually calls out to him. She's like, "Come on, don't be shy, come eat with me." And they sit near each other, not next to each other. They sit on 2 benches that are parallel to each other. And Kafka is a bit worried. There's this kind of loneliness. And as Kafka is about to try to break the ice, to try to talk to her, she talks first. She asks him if it's quiet. She kind of starts noticing that everyone is going about their lives like there's nothing happening, and she thinks that it's very nice. It's the calm before the storm, but it looks like kaiju have been wiped out, like they have achieved their goal. And she asks Kafka, and he realizes that, yeah, it kind of does. And he he notices that he doesn't treat her with the respect she deserves, and so he fixes that. And she laughs a little bit, and she says that it's okay; they don't have to be formal when they're all alone. And yeah, Kafka kind of reminisces about his youth a little bit, and Mina does as well. So she kind of tells him that she remembers that he would rush towards her school building when there was any sort of attack, and how it was a little bit embarrassing, but she appreciated it, right? And Kafka says, of course, you were the vice captain of the Kafka Corps. I can't have you being left to yourself, right? And so it was really nice. We get to see this reminisce of Kafka taking care of her and showing her, to be strong and even in the strongest of fears and stuff like that. And she notices that he hasn't changed. He still has that kind of drive. He did save Tachikawa Base, and she asks him something, and he makes this smile that reminds her of how he would smile when he was afraid, but he wanted to make sure that she was okay. And they kind of reminisce about the fact that they have this promise between them. That they had promised each other they would wipe out the kaiju together. And again, she notices that he has not changed, that he has that weird smile he has when he's afraid, but he wants to show her that everything's going to be okay. And she goes on her way, and Kafka, again has a moment of development, of power, of like, hey, I have to do this for her and for myself and for everyone. And he says, I have to beat him for the sake of the future. And we see that both of them are thinking this. So it's really interesting. Then we get a shift. We go to Shinjuku Ward in Kobe-Kicho. Well, I don't know where that is, but that's where they say. And we get to see this girl that looks exactly like, or very similar to Shinomiya. And the only difference is that she's kind of goth. She has black hair, and she's wearing all black or something like that. And guys come up to her and ask her something, and then she's like, yeah, I'm about to call my friends. And it turns out that she's a kaiju, and she has those crazy black eyes. And we get to see that she's the brain ballerina, and she does something that connects to everyone. And that's where the chapter ends. It starts episode 7, arc 7 of the story, called Cataclysm. So the Cataclysms arc is the next part of the story. We're going to have 17 different opponents, and I'm really interested to see how this plays out. This might be the longest arc so far, because most of them have not been very many chapters. I think the longest one was about 20. So that's pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens here. So episode 7 started on chapter 69, and I'm really excited for the next chapter coming up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know your thought, and thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.